It's you. Games. To go single and a 6-5 win for the Mets. We got so my lady say, hey, hey, daddy, hey, so what's this? Hey, hey, sorry. Last 28 games at Citi Field. That's what the Phillies say when they see the Mets. Hey, daddy. The Mets are there, daddy, and they spanked them again last night. Yeah, it was a walk-off, but it's just you watch these games the last couple of times, well, not last couple of times, the last 28 games to be exact, that the Phillies are at Citi Field. And it's pretty much you're watching it and you're like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The Mets are gonna win this game. And it's to me, it's like, okay, the first pitch is thrown in the game, and I'm like, the Phillies lost already. Why? Because it's Citi Field. Um, Welcome in on a what are we at? Wednesday morning. Wow. Where is the week going? My goodness. Next week we'll have school in session. Oh boy. Yankees win also last night 5-1, but again they're beating the junior varsity team. I can't get behind them. They're like much like the Phillies, they're frauds. Um, and I'm telling you right now, we said on this program that they would go. I think it was 29 and 15. I think we said that the Mets would go, and the Phillies would go 23 and 22 in their final stretch, and Mets would beat them out. Mets would win 92 games. Phillies would finish with 91, and the Mets would win the division. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to sweep them here. The Mets are going to sweep them at Citi Field. The Phillies are not winning one game at Citi Field. And I'm telling you right now, when they go to Philly, it's a 4-game set. They're either going to split or they're taking 3 out of 4. I think the Mets are so in the Phillies' head right now that I don't think you can say this. This is almost like when we were looking at 2004, when the Red Sox went back to Yankee Stadium and they won games 4 and 5. Did we really think that they were going to win? The Yankees. Then, especially when they lost Game 6, did anyone think that Boston was not leaving Yankee Stadium for Game 7 with a win? And that's what we're at right now. The Phillies just cannot play at Citi Field. They can't do it. They own them. And right now, we're checking the standings right now. As it stands right now, the Mets are 5 games back. It was what, 7.5? I think was the high point. Was it 7.5 or 8? Something like that. And that's it. This is it. This is it. The Mets are getting buried. The Mets are getting buried. Well, that's not the case. That's not the case. And I think by tonight they'll be 4 back. The pitching matchup tonight, uh, Walker and McLean. Oh, God Almighty! The Phillies aren't going to touch this kid. Yeah, Mets get the sweep tonight. They'll be 4 back, and very much alive. They pretty much also are in the playoffs as well. But let's check the standings for the wild card because again, I have never seen more of a fraud team outside of the Phillies than the Reds. Did we really think when people were calling up WFAN radio and ESPN radio in New York and going fire Mendoza because they're gonna not make the playoffs? Who in their right mind thought that the Reds were gonna catch them? They're a joke. Mets are 3.5 up on the Reds. That is over. The Reds are done. They play real teams and they're done. Okay? Francona, yeah, you got them to a winning record. Maybe they'll finish 500 this year. They are not making the playoffs. This is the Cubs. This is the Padres. This is the Mets. That's it. Okay, and the Reds really are the only shot. Cardinals are out. Giants are out. Diamondbacks are out. So if you were really hoping for the Mets not to make the playoffs in Juan Soto's first year, I'm not gonna lie, as a Yankee fan, that would have been fun to watch. Not gonna lie to you, that would have been glorious to watch. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay, Cubs, Padres, Mets. Now it's just a thing of, well, who's gonna finish where? I think the Cubs, unless the Cubs really collapse, the Cubs are gonna have the top spot, and the Padres. But the Mets. See, this is what I'm talking about here. The Met. Well, again, I think the Mets will win the division. But if they don't, and I'm wrong, and if they don't win the division, they're definitely going to get one of the wild cards, and they may even jump the top spot because the way that they're playing, and they have the Cubs and they have the Padres. Those are big, big series. Mets are on a hot streak. It's all there for them. It's all right there for the taking. They definitely could get the top spot or the second. There's no you can't sit here and go, oh well, if they make the playoffs and they don't catch the Phillies, they're going to be in the third wild card spot. No, that's not true. You can't count this team out. 43 and 24 at home. I think that's one of the best records at home in all of baseball. It is. No, Padres are 43 and 22. Mets are 43 and 24. They are the best home team in baseball. You get that team at Citi Field for the playoffs, forget about it. They will not lose a game at Citi Field in the playoffs. Not one. You better hope if you're an opposing team that A, you're going up against them and they don't have home field advantage, and you win every game that you got to win at your place because you ain't beating them. You ain't beating them at home. If no one can beat the Mets at home in May and June and July and August, they're not beating them in October. But last night, a 6-5 walk off, and like I said, there really wasn't any doubt. Um, was it Diaz came in, shut the door in the ninth. Um, Halsey has been getting his ass kicked recently. He's up to a 4.43 ERA this year. Rogers threw well last night. It was uh, Soto bounced back a little bit. Brausleban did not look great again. He has struggled as of late. Mania didn't do bad. Pitch count was high, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts. So again, you gotta love the power from Mania. He had 8 strikeouts and no walks, no walks. So if you're a Met fan, seeing Mania last night, yeah, he didn't go five, didn't do anything. I mean, they wouldn't have got the win anyway because the Phillies ended up tying it. But yeah, he only went 4 2/3, 90 pitches, kind of high for 4 2/3. But the 8 strikeouts, 6 hits is not that great, but it's not terrible. He didn't give up 15 hits, he gave up six, and he had 8 strikeouts. He had more strikeouts than he did hits, gave up 2 runs, and no walks. That is huge. But Phillies try and make a little bit of a comeback. It was a 5-2 game. Um, they got an infield single in the sixth, cut it to 5-3. Bader hit the 2 run shot in the eighth, made it 5-5. And it was one of those when Diaz blew him away in the top of the ninth. It's like, all right, they're Mets are either going to walk it off now or they're going to walk it off in extra innings. And it was, Nimmo. I was thinking we were going to have either an Alonso or a Marte walk-off homer. And they did get on. Actually, Marte scored. Was the one that scored the winning run. He got on first. And then Nimmo was the hero last night. 6-22 is the big story here, that the Phillies cannot win in New York, and there's a good chance that the Phillies are going to see this team in the playoffs. And if they can't beat them now, and if they can't beat them at home in August, they're not beating them in October, and we're going to have the same story as we did last year, and the Mets are going to, wipe the floor with them in the playoffs. I don't think there is any confidence. And you could sit there and you could say, well, no, these are professional ball players. I don't think the confidence is there. I don't think that they can beat the Mets. I think when they come back like they did last night and Beatty hits the home run, it Bader, excuse me, not Beatty. When Bader hits the home run, it's like, okay, we got him. And then you don't. You have to keep on getting them. You tied the game. That means nothing. You have to get one, two, three, four, 5 runs to go ahead. You can't. Oh, okay, yeah, we tied the game. Okay, big whoop. Schwarber last night 0 for 4. Turner 1 for 5. Harper had a big night. He had 3 hits. Real Muto 0 for 5. Bomb 2 for 4. Castellanos 0 for 3. Bader had 3 hits. And pretty much after that, it's a bunch of freshman ball players in that lineup there. But again, when Real Muto goes 0 for 5, Schwarber goes 0 for 4, that's not good. Um, between Schwarber, Real Muto, and Turner, they were 1 for 14. Uh, You can't win. And that's the thing. Like you went 1 for 14, and you still, you got some production from the bottom of your lineup, but you are not beating this team when you have 3 of your top 4 hitters are going a combined 1 for 14. You can't have that. And Turner was 1 for 5 the night before. Schwarber hasn't got a hit the whole series. He was 0 for 3 on Monday night. Harper was 1 for 4, but he bounced back a little bit last night. Real Muto, same thing, has not gotten a hit. So Real Muto hasn't got a hit this entire series. Schwarber hasn't got a hit the entire series. Turner has 2 hits. He's 2 for 10 in the last 2 games here at Citi Field. You're not going to win that way. You're just not going to win. And these stars, they see Mets who, no matter what Mets pitcher is out there, they can't hit them. And to me, the Mets have done a good job of staying cool, calm, collected, and they keep pouring it on. Now, last night they didn't, but Monday night that was a statement. They went down 3-0, and oh my God, wow, the Phillies may actually win a game here at Citi Field, and they just pounded them and pounded them and pounded them. But that's what you have to do, especially these divisional games against teams that you play a lot. Mets play the Marlins. Phillies play the Marlins. The Marlins are looking to spoil these teams. Same with the Nationals. Same with the Braves. You have to keep pounding them. And if you're the Mets, you know that, and you got to pound them just as hard. Look what happened with Atlanta. I mean, the Mets brutalized them. Brutalized them. They just took a Sunday matinee off, and they lost 4-2 in the last game. But I mean, they are Mets playing great ball. And that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, this team's gonna win the division. Bank it. I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. Whenever we had the thing, it was August 11th. So what is that now? That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we had the show on August 11th. I said they're going to go 29 and 15, and they are going to win this division. They're going to finish with 92 wins. The schedule breaks for them, and they're going to win it. My mind is not changing. The New York Mets will be your 2025 NL East champions. The Phillies are frauds. And again, before we go to cut the break now, you know what I love? The Philadelphia. You know what? Let's let's check into WIP right now. Right now. Let's just check in because this was something that Spike Eskin, who used to be at WFAN running things, uh, he gave us such great shows as the afternoon show where um, Tommy Lugauer yesterday said that yeah, we did that. Okay. Um, said that Tommy DeVito, like getting in and winning a game, was like one of the greatest moments in Giant history. You serious? Did you say that with a straight face? Why? He's Italian?
You fumbled the
Who
bag.
cares?
Now, I don't
All
know
right.
how many you had down here in Atlanta.
So now this is
Second
WIP
one,
right now. Let's take a listen to what they're talking about.
I ain't
Hopefully
gonna
they're
say
talking about
that
Mets Phillies.
I respect the marriage. But the irony of it is she just got married this year. And guess what her last name is?
What?
Just Douglas.
Is that right?
But it's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't because you just said you weren't gonna say the name.
But I think you know. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say her name, but it rhymes with Darlene.
What the fuck are we listening to?
What do you got?
Wait a minute.
So you know you don't know.
Wait a minute.
I think you tell me. Yeah, he's making a face like he knows. He's on YouTube. People can see him.
I mean, I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, I need some more information. Where did Darlene use? I mean,
The person that rhymes with Darlene?
yeah.
See, this is when you deflect when your sports team is terrible. Your team is getting their ass kicked the last two games. Even the callers don't want, or they're not even taking calls about the game. They're taking calls on who's marrying who on WIP radio. That's what you just heard. That sports. God Almighty, I can't. Sports talk radio has become a fucking cesspool. A cesspool. It is just horrible. But yeah, we will come back. We will discuss the Yankees and I mean why we shouldn't be excited because they're playing they're playing freshman teams right now. And Judge is still struggling and Volpe, Volpe's going to be back. Boone said it last night. Volpe is our shortstop. So you just can't get excited with this team. They're another team, bunch of frauds. Um, they beat one of the worst teams in the league by 3 runs at home, and I'm supposed to be impressed. All right, back after this.